Hey there, everybody. It's weather for Weather Geeks time, Valley's most in-depth forecast. It is Tuesday evening, the 5th day of March, 2019, and today we'll go into the record books as a record setter for the high temperature we reached today of only 17, the coldest high temperature on record for today's date at the Youngstown Warren Airport, the previous record 19, so we beat it by 2 degrees. And this morning, with a clear sky, the wind went calm enough that it got down to 3 degrees this morning at the airport, only 4 degrees shy of the record. You may remember the really cold March in 2015. I had several record lows around this time in March 4 years ago. We picked up 0.4 inches worth of snow at the Youngstown Warren Airport earlier on today from our scattered snow showers and flurries. We were not alone in seeing below average temperatures today. Poor Billings. There's parts of Montana, including Billings, that haven't been above freezing in something like, it's been a few weeks. I think some places even close to a month. I'm not sure the exact stat, but it's ridiculous. And, you know, just a large expanse of the U.S. covered by the colder than average temperatures today. Basically, it's just the Southwest and southern Florida who have escaped the harsh cold by March standards. All right, as expected, we got off to a fairly sunny start this morning, but clouds did bubble up in the afternoon, midday and afternoon. Eventually, we started to see some snow flurries and snow showers. You'll see that on our Boardman time-lapse here. You'll start to see some snowflakes falling, and these got a little bit intense right around dinner time in parts of the area. Now, when I recorded this video at 7 o'clock this evening, the last of the intense snow showers were snaking down through the eastern half of Columbiana County, heading down through Rogers into the Calcutta area. Wellsville, East Liverpool get a quick snow shower here, but in areas that got hit with the ground whitening squalls earlier, such as Ellsworth, Canfield, Boardman, Salem, Columbiana, North Lima, those places are in the clear as of now. Not much more than a flurry overnight. Not much more than a flurry for your Wednesday. It's going to be a blustery and cold day again. We'll only get about halfway up to our average high at this time of the year, which is about 40. We'll get to 20. That's it for your Wednesday. Now, a little trough of low pressure, kind of a weak cold front. Sometimes we delineate troughs of low pressure a little differently than cold fronts because there's really no air mass change with this. So it's just sort of a little disturbance. We put that dashed black line. That's kind of the meteorological symbol for a trough. It's come through tomorrow night, and maybe a couple of hours worth of snow showers and flurries that could lead to some fresh coatings. Maybe a half an inch or so, and then we're back to benign and cold weather for Thursday. It's looking more and more like this system is a miss to the south for us on Friday. Might have to remove the chance for any precipitation in Friday's forecast once we look at tonight's modeling. I think Friday will begin a temperature turnaround that will really kick in as we head into the upcoming weekend. So let's talk about the weekend. Boy, I think Saturday's a nice day. Just over the banner, basically, up here is where high pressure will be centered. We'll get off to a cold start, but I think a quick recovery is in store for Saturday afternoon. We should see the sun and temperatures making a run at 50. Car washes will be really busy, I suspect, on Saturday. All right, now we do have some wet weather to talk about on Sunday, especially early in the day. Saturday night into Sunday morning looks pretty soggy and turning increasingly windy as well. But for those who want to get some things outdoors done on Sunday, I do think the rain's going to try to get out of here pretty early. That's the good news. The afternoon should be largely dry. The bad news is, while it is going to be warm and likely dry, it's going to be pretty windy, I think, during parts of Sunday, especially morning and the first part of the afternoon. Here's a look at some of the modeled wind gusts here. This is off the GFS model, showing we could be flirting with 50-mile-per-hour gusts early in the day, and then again as we go towards midday and early afternoon, 45, 50. You know, these are early projections, but that's going to be a possibility. I don't think we'll see winds of the magnitude that we had about a week and a half ago on a Sunday, but still another windy Sunday is on the way. And boy, temperatures will be off to the races. So with that wind and some sunny breaks, I have bumped up our Sunday high to 63 degrees. Unfortunately, it's not going to last very long. I think we've got a 2-day cool down coming early next week before temperatures start to modify again, Wednesday through Friday of next week. Well, I mentioned earlier today on Twitter, a lot of you don't follow me on Twitter, you're not on Twitter, but I did not post this one on Facebook. I wanted to show you. Today is a day that we get to the European model monthly outlooks going forward. Just like any set of modeling, take everything I show you with a grain of salt. That said, this seasonal outlook or seasonal version of the European model did pretty well with February's forecast. This is its March forecast, which looks pretty reasonable. Some good news here for those who are hoping for an earlier onset of spring than we had last year. Remember, last April was cold, it was wet, we had some snow. This April, it's painting a pretty warm picture east of the Mississippi with the colder air out here. That's what it has for April. Going ahead into the final month of meteorological spring, this is May, it looks pretty warm. So this kind of jives with what I did last week with our spring forecast. It's nice to see this set of modeling agreeing with my forecast that I issued last week, though spring would settle in much sooner than last year. Last year it was cold and damp for a lot of March and April, and then boom, we went right into summer in early May. This year I expect a little more of a gradual, typical transition into spring, which means April should be a lot better than it was last year. All right, that's it for your Tuesday evening Weather for Weather Geeks video. I'll see you back here on Wednesday.